What's up, guys? So I want to get back on with learning from my mistakes, and that is a series that I will be moving with alongside of the Level Up. I have done some learning from my mistakes episodes already. However, I do have quite a lot lined up for you guys as to mistakes I have made in past, and today I've got a special one. And to be honest, it's something that I definitely want to talk about, and it's my 5 pillars to success in bodybuilding. So to me, that is pretty much how I have made a substantial amount of progress, but not just in bodybuilding, but in life in general. And I think them 5 pillars is definitely something that I stand for, and something that definitely does mean a lot to me. And whether you want to call it pillars or principles, that is something that I kind of adhere to. And each and every single person should have some sort of guidance to the ways and some sort of a purpose as to what they are doing and how they are doing it and why they are doing it, if that makes sense. Like, I will share with you all what my purpose is, what my 5 pillars to my success are, which I believe have contributed extremely well. And these are just 5 off the top of my head, by the way. These are not just, that's not all, by the way, there is more, but I think these are the most valuable ones, and these are the ones that I find are definitely the most relatable to each and every single bodybuilder looking to maximize their progress. So I do have them written down here just so I don't make any silly mistakes, as you know. But again, the first one that I want to talk about is something which I have been super meticulous with since the age of 15, 16, and that's consistency. Anyone that knows me knows how consistent I am, and they know that I live and breathe this game. And don't get me wrong, there have been times where my consistency has been there, but it just hasn't been as efficient and hasn't been as good as it could have been. However, the consistency always remained. I always got what I needed to do done, and I always stayed on top of my game. And there's different levels of consistency, guys. I am very consistent. However, my consistency levels are much higher now, and there's different levels of consistency, I believe. You can be consistent and not be very effective. And it has to be, for me, in my opinion, that, don't get me wrong, it's great being consistent, as I always have been consistent, but in past, at times, I wasn't effective and consistent. What I mean by that is, my consistent levels have always been great. I've always trained, I've always ate my meals. However, it's the finer details around that wasn't really paid attention enough to, which was always my structure, my daily routine, and making sure that my nutrition time is on point. All the little finer details, all the things that people call the 1% that really matters, wasn't quite as consistent. So when you think you're consistent, believe me now, you can transfer that consistency across the board. So what I mean by that, the main pillar is always consistency, simply because consistency kind of transfers onto everything else. Because it's not just about being consistent, but it's about being consistent at a high level throughout. So that is always why, on top of the game and on top of my list, consistency always takes priority. The second one is discipline. Again, Discipline and consistency almost go hand in hand. And with discipline, again, that transfers into everything, your business, your bodybuilding, your structure. So if you are disciplined enough, guys, you will not miss meals. You will make sure you get adequate sleep. You will make sure that all the little boxes are ticked to the best of your ability. And by that, what I mean is every single day looks the same. It's almost having a dog mentality to be able to eat the same meals, go to bed at the same time, wake up at the same time, train at the same time every single day, have the same consistent schedule, which actually provides you with the opportunity to be very consistent in what you do and very effective what you do with the most productivity as well. So I think discipline is something that many people lack and don't understand the importance of. Discipline in your structure, in your routine, in everything you do has to be perfect. And again, that's something that I have failed with, to be disciplined enough with the finer details, such as my wake up times, my bed times, and sticking to my schedule. Again, the second I actually locked down my schedule, the progress has come on and more than ever before. So I think discipline is definitely something that people need to work on, and something that I still need to work on, although I am extremely disciplined with everything I do in my days. The third one, again, and again, you will be surprised, but all these points actually work together. Adherence. And again, if you're consistent, if you are disciplined, you will adhere. So adherence is the ability to actually stick to the plan day in, day out. If you are consistent and you are disciplined, there will not be an issue of adherence. And again, many people fail to adhere to the plan because they are either not consistent enough, or they are not disciplined enough, or they fail to challenge the issues that come at them. Whatever the challenge is, I don't care about your excuses. And it might sound that I am being harsh with certain people, certain clients. However, I have got people working with me that have got families, run their homes and work 12-hour shifts, and they are still able to adhere to the plan with meticulous precision. If they can adhere to the plan and make no excuses, what is your excuse? In my early days, people always ask, how did you manage to get to where you are at such an early age? From the age of 18 to the age of 21, I pretty much had 3 jobs. I was coaching full-time, I was PTing in the daytime full-time, and I was working the doors in the nightclubs in the evenings as well. Did I make any excuses? Absolutely not. I still adhered to the plan. So having the mentality to be able to adhere to the plan through thick and thin is something that, again, for me is a priority. It's something, again, for me that is held in a very high regard. And again, whenever you do not have adherence, that is when you're setting yourself up to fail. So again, that is one big pillar of success in bodybuilding and life, is having the ability to adhere. And believe it or not, the next pillar, number 4, is lifestyle. Again, your lifestyle can play a huge role on your actual progress in bodybuilding. If you've got a lifestyle that doesn't allow you to adhere to the plan, doesn't allow you to get enough rest, doesn't allow you to keep a consistent schedule of your meal timings and training timings, guess what? You're setting yourself up to fail. You're setting yourself up for mediocre process. Again, you cannot expect to make a substantial amount of progress or extraordinary progress without making sure that you are able to stick to the plan and make sure that you are able to have a lifestyle that allows that. So a lifestyle plays a huge role in this. Obviously, my lifestyle has never been ideal. Especially when I worked the night shifts on the doors, it meant that my sleep suffered. So my actual progress was never fulfilled to its full potential, simply because I was not able to have a lifestyle that allowed me to follow the right bodybuilding path. And again, that ties into better business as well. As the second I stopped working doors, my actual coaching flourished. So at that point, when actually, believe it or not, guys, at 21, when I stopped working the doors and I put all my efforts into my coaching, ever since then, I didn't have to do the doors or work as a PT full time, as I was able to pretty much go full time coaching, but create a bigger business that was more successful, more efficient, and again, I could give back much more to my clients because that is what I focused on. So I was able to master that one craft rather than trying to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. I became a master of one. That actually rhymed, didn't it, Carl? That was pretty good. I'm impressed with that one. So the last and final one, and again, I think that is a very, very important one, to be honest. And what is my why? Why do I do this? What is my purpose? So since a young age, this is everything I wanted. People that know me when I first started off, I often didn't go to school. I often just went to the gym and spent my whole days in the gym. Ever since 15, 16 years old, this is all I wanted. I wanted to be a bodybuilder. I wanted to have a gym. And since that age, my actions reflected my goals. Everything I did in my life has been a pursuit of my goal. I did not do anything that wasn't related to me achieving that goal. And it's still the same now. Everything I do is based around me being able to bodybuild. Thankfully enough, my job allows me to bodybuild. And it kind of works together because bodybuilding is my passion and coaching is. But coaching is bodybuilding. So I was fortunate enough to mold my life to chase my dream since day one. And it was always that. There was nothing else. There was no further distractions. So I will do whatever it takes to be the best version of me as a bodybuilder. If your why is strong enough, nothing else will matter. And the first 4 points which I've mentioned will be done without no worries. you will be able to adhere to the plan. You will be able to stay consistent. You will be able to stay disciplined. Your lifestyle will be perfect if your why is strong enough. Unfortunately, with bodybuilding being so mainstream right now, people's whys aren't strong enough to be able to go for a comp prep. People's whys aren't strong enough to be consistent year round. People's whys aren't strong enough to keep up this lifestyle, to keep up this discipline, and keep up the adherence. If your why is strong enough, the first 4 points I made will be an absolute breeze. So these are my 5 pillars for success in bodybuilding and life and business, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and there's much more to come. And again, thank you for tuning in, and I do apologise for the long ranting, but that's how we roll, that's how we do. For me, it's time to get my pre-workout in and get a push session in Ultraflux Rotherham, guys. So peace, and stay tuned for more content. Thank you, guys.